Yes, welcome back students. In our previous video, we have discussed regarding the crystal lattice, unit cell and the lattice point. In that video, we have clearly stated that unit cells are the smallest repeating portion of the crystal lattice, and if you drag those unit cells, you will get in all the directions, you will get the entire crystal lattice. So, in this video, now let us see, we have this, in this table, we have the 7 different crystal system by varying the edges and the angles of the unit cell. So before going to this, let us take the simple information regarding the parameters of a unit cell. Parameters of unit cell. Clear? So if you want to write the simple unit cell, here, so this is how a simple unit cell looks like. See, if you can vary these edges, clear, these edges, you can change the entire crystal. And also, if you can be able to vary these angles between them, you can also change and you will get a different crystal which is different from the original crystal lattice. So, we have in this case the 3 edges, A along the side and B along the side and C along this side. A, B and C are the edges, edge length of a unit cell, and the angles between them will be alpha between A and B, and beta between A and C, and gamma between B and C. So, if we can able to vary these 6 parameters, we will get a different crystals. So, these 6 we will write in 3 edges along A, B and C, and 3 angles, that is alpha, beta and gamma. So there are 6 parameters in which the unit cell can be characterized, that is A, B, C, alpha, beta and gamma. Clear? So by varying these 3, you will get entirely different crystals. So we have this 7 crystal systems by varying these edge lengths and also the axial angles. The first one is cubic crystal lattice. In this case, the edge length A, B and C and the angle between them, that is alpha, beta and gamma, is 90 degree. Angle between them is 90 degree. That means all the angles are perpendicular to each other, whereas we have the equal edge length. That means the cubic crystal lattice almost looks like this itself. That means A, B and C will be equal, and alpha, beta and gamma is perpendicular to each other. For example, we have sodium chloride, which is a common salt, and one more is zinc blende. Coming to the second one, we have tetragonal crystal system. In this case, the angle between them is perpendicular. No need to worry regarding angles for the first 3 crystal systems. That means alpha, beta, and gamma will be perpendicular to each other. So now, if you look at the tetragonal edge length, A and B will be of the same length, whereas C may not be, is not equal. It may be maximum or it may be minimum. That means here it may be compressed or it may be dragged again. Clear? So these type of systems we call it as tetragonal systems, and we have examples of calcium sulfate and titanium dioxide. And the third one is orthorhombic. In this case, the same thing, angle between them will be 90 degrees, whereas the edge length A, B and C and all those 3 are not equal. Clear? So the examples are barium sulfate and potassium nitrate. And the fourth one is hexagonal. Here in this case, A and B, the angle, the edge length of A and B will be same, whereas C will be different from the original one. So coming to the angles, alpha and beta will be perpendicular to each other, and whereas gamma is more than 90 degrees, that is, it is 120 degrees. Example, we have graphite and cadmium sulfate. And the fifth one is rhomohedral. You can even call it as trigonal also. And in this case, the angles, edge length, all same, A, B and C is equal, whereas alpha, beta and gamma, these 3 angles are same. That means the angle between these 3 edges are same, but they are not perpendicular. We have clearly mentioned that it is not equal to 90 degrees. That means those angles are not perpendicular. Example is calcium carbonate. So the next one is monoclinic crystal system. In this case, alpha, beta, so A, B, and C, the edge lengths are not equal, and whereas alpha, gamma angle will be 90 degrees, that is perpendicular, whereas beta is not equal to 90 degrees. Yeah. So for example, is sodium sulfate decahydrate, and the last crystal system is triclinic crystal system. In this case, edge length and edge angles almost they are not at all equal. Here we do not have any of the edge length is same, and we do not have the same angles are not same. For example, potassium dichromate. Here, so these are the 7 crystal systems that we can get by varying these angles and the edges. Now, let us look at the types of the unit cell. Yes, coming to the types of unit cell, we have 2 types. One is the primitive unit cell, or we can call it as simple cubic unit cell. And the second one is centered unit cell. Now let us focus on the first unit cell. In this case, if you just observe the schematic diagram of a simple unit cell, you can easily state that there are 8 corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here, in this case of primitive unit cell, the particles and the constituent atoms will be present only on the corners. Clear? So these type of unit cells we call it as primitive unit cells. In this type of unit cells, the particles will be present only at corners. They do not present anywhere else except the corners. So these type of unit cell we call it as primitive unit cell or the simple cubic unit cell. The second type we have centered unit cell. Centered unit cell. So in this centered unit cell we have further types, that is body centered unit cell, body centered unit cell. We call it as BCC, and the second one is face centered unit cell. FCC, and third one is end centered unit cell. We call it as ECC. It means that in case of centered unit cell, the particles will be present along in any of the faces, in any of the center, along with the corners. Clear? So whereas in case of primitive unit cell, it was only present at the corners, whereas in case of centered unit cell, it may be present in the body center. Clear? That we call it as body centered unit cell, or it may be present in the face center. Clear? So if you want to focus on faces, you have 6 faces here. Along the sideways, this is purely on imaginary basis. You need to imagine in order to get your concepts clear. So if the face is along the sideways and upside down, and also the front and back, we call it as face centered unit cell, and end centered unit cell means along with the corner, it may be present at any end, along this side, or this side. Clear? So this is the second type of unit cell, that is centered unit cell. In this case, the particles are present at one or more center along with the corners. This type of unit cell we call it as centered unit cell, and we have other three types: body centered, face centered, and end centered unit cell. And I have said you, in the body center, along with the corners, the particle will be present at the center of the body, whereas face centered means the particles will be present in this side, this face, and the upside down face, and the front and back. You need to focus, you need to imagine front and back, this side, and this side. So we call it as face centered unit cell, and end centered means along any one of the direction. Now let us study the number of atoms present in these unit cells. Yes, now let us look at the number of atoms is present in the unit cells. The first one is primitive unit cell or the simple unit cell. It means that the particles are present only at the corners. Clear? So let me write it again. The primitive unit cell So we have 8 corners here. So in primitive unit cell, I have clearly stated that the particles will be present only at the corners, not anywhere else in the unit cell. But in order to get the information regarding the number of atoms present in the unit cell, you need to go back to our basics of unit cell. What do you mean by unit cell? I have said it clearly that unit cell are the smallest portion of a crystal lattice. Clear? In the entire crystal, we are taking the simple or the smallest portion of that particular unit cell in order to make our studies easier. So this is our smallest unit cell. That means this unit cell is covered in all the directions by other parts of the crystal lattice. Clear? So that means this particular one of the particles which is present at the corner of a unit cell is shared by 8 other unit cells. Clear? Be focused very much. Clear? This particular particle which is present at the corner of this unit cell will be shared by 8 other unit cells which are present outside of this unit cell. Yeah. So the contribution of this particle to this unit cell is 1 by 8 because this one particle is shared by 8 other unit cells. Now let's see that the contribution of one particle in the corner is 1 by 8 times because this particle is shared by 8 other unit cells. So now how many particles we have in a primitive unit cell? That is 8, and we have 8 particles. We have 8 particles, but each of the particle will contribute only 1 by 8 part of the unit cell. So the number of atoms present in simple cubic unit cell is 1 by 8, clear, into 8. So it is 1 atom. This whole unit cell comprises of only 1 atom. Yeah. So this is the number of atoms present in a unit cell, in the unit cell. Now let us look at the centered unit cell. In that, we will focus on the first one, body centered unit cell. Body centered unit cell, we call it as BCC. In this case, we will be having the particles in 8 corners and also an unchaired particle in the center of the body. So this type of particle we call it as body center particle. So now let us look at that. The contribution of the particles at the center will be 1 by 8, okay, and the contribution of the particle in the center of the body, is 1. It is because this atom will be located in the center of the unit cell. So this atom will not at all be shared by any other unit cell. So the contribution of the particle will be complete 1. Yes. So the number of atoms is the number of atoms present in BCC, that is body center cubic cell, is. Now let us look at the corners. Corners is 1 by 8 shared into 8 corner atoms, and we have one atom at the center. It has no shape, so 8 into 8 can be cancelled. 1 plus 1, it is 2. Clear? So the number of atoms is present at BCC is 2 atoms. Now let us look at the face center cubic cell. It's all remain same. It is F6. So now in FCC, I said you that the atoms will be present in the corners and also above upside down and in the sideways and the front and the backward. So along this direction, and also along this direction the particles will be present. So now if you look at the shading or the contribution of this particle, this particular particle will be shared by, we will be having one more unit cell along this direction also, along all the direction also we will be having some of the unit cells. So this particular particle will be broken, or that means it will be shared by the unit cell which is residing next to it. Clear? So the contribution will be half. Contribution will be 1 by 2 for the total unit cell. So now the contribution of the particles at the corner is 1 by 8. It is clear. So the contribution of the particle in face of the unit cell. How many we have? We have 6 atoms, but these single atoms will be shared by the unit cell which is beside this. So that means it is the half of this. So it will be half. Clear? So the number of atoms in FCC will be 8 into 1 by 8, 8 corners with a shading of 1 by 8 plus 6 into 1 by 2. That means 1 plus 3, that is 4 atoms. So the number of atoms present in face center cubic cell is 4 atoms. So if you look at the end center now, last one, end center. So how will be the arrangement of particles in end center? It is common that we will be having the particles in the corners. It is fixed 8 corners, and in end center in any of the 2 ends. Clear? Any of the 2 ends, only 2 ends. So now this is also the same thing. This unit cell, this particle will be shared by the unit cell of which is there beside. So it will be considered as half of the particular atom. So the contribution of the particles at the center is 1 by 8 and the contribution of the particle in the end of the crystal. We have how many? We have two particles, but it will be shared half. So 2 into 1 by 2. So the number of atoms in ECC is actually will be 8 into 1 by 8. This is of the carbon particles plus 2 into 1 by 2. That means 1 plus 1, 2 atoms. Yeah, this is how we find the number of atoms in the crystal system. Yeah, so now that we are ending this video with this concept, let's study the further concept in the upcoming video. Thank you.